All right, guys, I have the Quad Cortex hooked up. The sound that you are hearing is coming directly out of the Quad Cortex. I haven't done anything to it, like adding my own IRs or anything like that, but we will do that in the future. Chances are you will be seeing plenty Quad Cortex content. Oh, that's weird to say. Quad Cortex content. Whatever. Chances are you will be seeing plenty Quad Cortex content on my channel in the near future. Let's just, let's turn it up. Oh man, that is cool. Sounds pretty awesome. I'm assuming by the preset name that this is a Marshall JCM800 model 2203. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe it's a coincidence, but let's look at it here. The touchscreen is really nice and responsive, and it definitely looks like a JCM800. Let's turn this guy up here a little bit. I really love these stepped potentiometers too. They feel really, really nice. And to me, this is a really clever way to make like a floorboard also really accessible on the desk and to use every inch of that real estate. Not only do you have this huge, beautiful, responsive touchscreen, but these potentiometers too. It's just, very, very cool. Let's see what we've got going on with the cabinet here. So this is really similar to the cabinets on their plugins. If you are used to using those interfaces, my guess is you'll probably have a really good time with this. You can also control it with the potentiometers here or the touchscreen. That's really awesome. Let's see what other kind of microphones that we have in here. Can I, oh, I can click that and there's a menu. That's awesome. No 121 in there. That's kind of a bummer. But there's plenty of stuff to play around with here. And of course, you could load your own IR if you wanted to. Let's go with the 421. Something that's really blowing me away right now is the 421 emulation in this is way more similar to using an actual 421 on a cabinet than most of the 421 emulation I've experienced in any modeler. A lot of times I find personally when you use the 421 emulation in most modelers, it sounds really thin. This one doesn't at all, it still sounds really thick. Sounds awesome. Here, let's turn the 57 off. And it looks like the cabinet we are using is an oversized Mesa cabinet. No idea how I changed the cabinet. And change device. Okay, there we go. Let's try, let's go into the 4x12s here. Ooh, a British 4x12 with vintage 30s. Cabinet sounds wonderful. Oh my God. Okay, and we have a little bit of reverb going on here. Let's maybe swap this out. Let's see what kind of reverbs we have in here. We have cave, hall, modulated room, shimmer, spring, and spring mono. Let's put that shimmer delay on there. Oh man, the shimmer reverb sounds so good. Let's bypass this for now. Let's go in here and let's select a different amplifier. Let's see what amplifiers we have. It already sounds so ridiculously good, I almost don't want to change it. And that's using a JCM800, which I normally don't use. You know, there's not a whole lot going on in this patch, but God, it sounds so great. Okay, we have a lot of different stuff here. Tremorverbs, D-cell, it's a diesel, I guess, H4. Let's try some of this D-cell H4 channel 4. And we have a 5153 blue and red channels here. I actually have a 5153 up there that I'm going to be looking at here very shortly. Maybe already by the time this video posts, I have no idea, but man, a lot of really cool stuff in here. And plus you have the capture feature, which of course I will go over in a separate video here, but I feel like that's probably going to be a really big factor as well. The fact that you can capture amplifiers, pretty big win for the quad Cortex, and I think that's probably what a lot of people are really interested in with it. Let's go ahead and use this diesel and let's dial this in here a little bit. Killer. That's the only word I have for this, man. It's fucking killer. Let's engage one of these overdrives here. Let's just go with an 808. It's really cool that they give you these indications with these multicolor LEDs here on which controls are active with these potentiometers. I'm blown away, dude. I don't even know what to say. Everything sounds so freaking good. We could probably swap out this guitar cab. Let's go back to one of those standard oversized recto, which is what I'm actually using back here a lot of the time, so. All right, honesty time. I've been playing with this thing for 18 minutes and the user interface is probably the most, no, it's not probably the most, it is the most enjoyable experience out of any modeler I've ever used. It's just fun to dial in. I could easily see myself spending all day noodling around and tone questing with this thing. And that's not something that I typically do just because I try out so many modelers and I'm always testing so many of them that I sort of get used to the interfaces, and after dialing them in so often, I don't really think about it anymore. I'm just thinking more about the tone, but with this, I'm actually having a really good time dialing it in and playing with it. And it's just really surprising for me. I didn't think that that was going to be the big selling point for me, but here we are. This is what we're doing. And I haven't even talked about the tone. I think the tone is awesome. Look, Neural DSP has always made really, really great plugins, so am I surprised that it sounds that good? No, not really. But am I surprised at how much I enjoyed dialing it in, and is that getting me maybe 5% better tone because I'm actually focusing more on the specific details of dialing it in? Could be. I guess we'll find out when I do a formal review on the Quad Cortex. Okay, another thing I really want to test out is the DSP. We're gonna make a clean patch and I'm gonna use a ton of different effects and we're gonna load it up and see if we end up running out of memory. All right, we're gonna go with the clean channel on a Friedman. We have 3 different modes there. Wow, it's really cool how these change depending on the amp. So if we turn up the volume there, we can get it into some like gritty sort of edge of breakup territory. I wasn't anticipating testing that out, but you know, it happens and it's pretty impressive. Okay, so let's turn the volume down and we'll compensate with the output volume. All right, pretty clean. Let's go back. Let's change that out. We have delays, reverbs, compressor. Let's put a compressor in there. This must be an 1187. Opto comp, solid state comp. Let's go with a Joule. I don't know what that is, but it sounds cool. So we can even use the EQ on this to pre-EQ it if we want. I'll make it a little bit brighter. It's pretty cool. How do we, I'm guessing you just hold these things to move them? If you have an effect selected, you click off the effect into the main window here, and then you can hold and drag and drop. We don't want that there though. We want that here. Let's see what else we got going on here. Green 808. Let's swap this out for a delay. Okay, so there's not a ton of different delays here. We have digital delay, ping pong, simple, tape delay. We'll go with the tape delay. So far, tape delay sounds really good. Again, it's not like that's super surprising to me or anything. Let's look at, then we have a ping pong delay. We have that shimmer reverb here. Okay, I don't see any DSP meters on here. Oh, look, we have a CPU monitor right there. So we're using about 31% right now, and it's really cool. It shows you kind of how much DSP each one of these effects is using. Like the compressor's not using that much. The amp, as you would expect, is using quite a bit. It's using the most out of any of these. The delay is using quite a bit. The shimmer reverb is actually pretty low for what it is. I mean, if I'm being honest, it's not the most complex signal chain in the world, but I am only using 31% of the CPU. And don't take my word for it yet, because we will test this out and I will have a conclusive idea of which one is managing its DSP better and which one actually has, you know, more memory to use in between the quad cortex and something like the Axe-Fx. But I mean, from using both of them, it seems like it's pretty on par with the Axe-Fx right now. Now, in terms of sonic quality and just me using this for the last 20 to 30 minutes, I think they're both probably on par with each other. I think they both sound great, but I can tell you confidently, it was much easier for me to get to the result that I was looking for using the quad cortex, and just from how user-friendly the interface is and how easy it was just to get started up and just dial in a tone from scratch. Well, mostly scratch. I guess we kind of modified the pre-existing tone, but still, really, really impressive. All right, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. Let me know what you'd like to see with the quad cortex in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.